Hello, my friend. Do you have trouble resolving conflicts in your marriage? Do you find yourself fighting with your spouse over and over about the same set of issues, but not really going anywhere? Well, if you do, I am going to show you 3 steps that you can stop the fight so you can start resolving your issues. I am Yan, a life coach and an author of a #1 best-selling book on Amazon. I have spent the last decade helping many clients to overcome the challenges in the areas of codependency, depression, addiction, food issues, low self-esteem, and self-worth. Well, before we were married, our spouse's differences is what we're attracted to. We found them to be very cute. We found them to satisfy our curiosities. We found the fact they do things differently covers our blind spot that we would not have otherwise really seen it. Somehow, after we got married, those very differences that attracted us to want to be in a relationship with our partner became very annoying. Somehow, because we spent most of our day centered around our own needs and wants, we are not really seeing our blind spots anymore. And we're seeing the differences that we have with each other became stumbling blocks to our own success. So in this case, how can we continue to use our differences to help each other grow? Let's get into it. #1, face your issues. Don't sweep your conflict under the floor. Don't delay it. Don't ignore it. Don't give each other the cold shoulder. Or keep fighting about it with your self-centeredness without seeing the other person's truth and their perspective and end up not resolving the issue. Having a humble attitude and apologize for the things that you have said that's very hurtful or very self-centered. That's the first step that you can learn to utilize your conflict, your differences, to help both of you grow closer to each other, to help both of you build a family and a future together that strengthens your relationship, that you can actually accomplish goals and success and objective that one person alone that is impossible to achieve. 2 people together work better than one by him or herself. Learning the techniques to make peace with each other, to resolve conflicts, to strengthen your marriage is always better than dissolving a relationship and ending up in separation or divorce. Because at the end of the day, we are made for relationships. Yes, I said be the bigger person to apologize to your spouse first when you have a conflict with each other. You might say, why do I need to apologize? Because he's wrong and I am right. And he said all kinds of hurtful stuff to me. He should be the one apologizing to me first. Of course, that we are both humans. We are both imperfect humans, have sin. We all have our own self-centeredness. Both of us have something that we have said and done to hurt each other and to put us in the wrongful position. Be the bigger person to stand up and saying the part that you did wrong were hurtful and apologize to your spouse. Make you the person who is humble, who is showing sincerity, wanting to resolve the conflict in your relationship. And I trust you understand when someone apologizes to you of something they had done wrong, you are willing to listen to them, right? So very, very highly likely, apologizing for what we have done wrong, even that may be you have a very small part that you have done wrong to your spouse, and their fault is a big part. The fact that you're taking the step to apologize will really put them in a position hold the battle. They're wanting to sit down with you and really hear you out. So you have a really, really good chance of resolving your differences. Step number 2, listen and offer empathy. We're all imperfect humans, and we take each of our own hurt and baggages into our marriage. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry, many of us did not grow up with idealistic example of how a husband should love his wife and how a wife should respect her husband. When we take our own hurts into our relationship, when we have conflict with our spouse, we come into the conflict as a warrior. We're ready to battle. Likely, one of the spouse is the person who likes to battle and who is aggressive, who like to attack the other person. And the other person might not be exactly the one like to face a conflict. They tend to retrieve and hide and avoid and not wanting to face the conflict. So in that situation, no wonder we can't resolve our issues. Instead, we should always learn to listen to our spouse first. We should focus on creating a very safe environment for our spouse to share with our hurt and their struggles. Every time there is a conflict, we should find a good time for both of us when we're feeling not tired, when we're calm, when we're in a good mood for us to talk to each other. When you find a good time to sit down, always open the conversation by listening and asking questions. Listen to understand the other person, not talk to the other person or listen to them so you can be understood by the other person. Put your focus on the other person first, trying to understand where their hurt come from. We all have hurt that we hold on to from our example or from our past. Normally, when we have a conflict, we walk in the conflict with our hurt and our fear. We are afraid. Obviously, being afraid or hide or being aggressive and battle is not the way to resolve any issues in life. Until when we feel safe, that the other person take interest in what we have to say, give us a safe environment to share our experiences and our obstacles. So creating that safe space and to listen to understand the other person's hurt will give us tremendous amount of information and clues to help us understand their perspective and relate to their story so we can truly know and formulate a strategy to resolve the very issues that we are facing with our spouse. You are ready to walk to step number 3, establish a plan and make peace with your spouse. Instead of trying to fix each other's problems or condemn each other or being harsh and critical with each other's weaknesses or their blind spot, establish a plan by utilizing you and your spouse's different strengths, hopefully to help each other overcome your weaknesses and also cover those blind spots that one person cannot see. That way, you can establish a plan that's realistic and establish a plan that actually can strengthen your relationship, help both of you grow and accomplish goals and objectives that one person can't, and also overcome weaknesses that is impossible to overcome without the help of your spouse. Be patient with each other. Establish milestones and establish accountability and boundaries, and have agreeable plan that where is your part, where is your spouse's part, and check in with each other to establish that accountability. Over time, I am sure not only you can resolve your conflict, but also you can use your conflict and differences to make your relationship stronger and to be able to achieve success that wouldn't otherwise be achieved if you weren't married to your spouse. If you like this video and find it helpful, I would love it if you can hit the like button and subscribe to Heal with Yen, which is my channel, if you wanted to watch more videos like this. Until next time, take care of yourself and your loved ones.